Hi-ho, guys and gals. Well, an Olight sale is going off, and Olight sent me a few new things to play with. A new knife, a new flashlight. The flashlights are kind of the same, but the new exploit bag. So let's take a look at it and see what this thing is going to do for you. All right, well, if you have a bunch of these, you just might need this. This is the exploit from Olight. Well, O-Knife in this case. If you didn't know, Olight has started making knives, and that O-Knife is their knife making division, and this is their knife bag. And this is something unique for me. I am not a knife collector. I have a collection of pocket knives. I don't actively go out and collect them. I'm not a knife geek. I don't know. I couldn't tell you the different metal compositions of each blade and that kind of stuff. I know how to sharpen a knife. I know how to use a knife. I like them. I like tools. For me, every tool needs to have its place and where it fits and stuff. So these are the ones I just rounded up when they sent me this bag. I just walked around to the shop and in my truck and grabbed the knives I could find. This, of course, I know this one stands out. This is my cooking knife. We travel and we do a lot in the RV. I go camping. This is my chef's knife for camping and stuff like that. I love this one, but it's not like a daily carry kind of pocket knife, so it doesn't really fit the category per se. The box knife. It's got a blade. I threw it in there. These two are the new O-Knives, or this one's actually the older one. This is the newer one. This is my Benchmade. This is a Ken Onion. This is a $5 gas station knife, and this is a $40 Amazon knife. This one is I'm partial to flippers. Let's start with the Benchmade here, and it's got I believe it's a G10 material. It has the axis lock on it. I'm not great at taking care of my knives. In fact, full disclosure, these look terrible. I actually stopped filming and went and I got some cloth and wiped the blades down because they were covered with, I use them almost all for unboxing stuff. So don't look at my blades and go, wow, he takes really good care of them. Clearly I don't, but it was even worse than this. And, I'm ashamed. But anyway, it's the life of, a product reviewer cardboard, death by cardboard. I'm always opening cardboard. Packing tape gets all over these. It's terrible abuse for a knife like this. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Benchmade is a fairly expensive. This is I think when I bought it was an almost $300 knife. It had the axis lock system that I was really impressed with. It needs to get oiled or something because the flip function just does not work anymore. I need to do something. I'm sure there's some gunk or something, pocket lint or whatever in there. The negative thing about these flippers, and I absolutely love them for being able to flip if you keep them clean and stuff, but when they sit in your pocket, that little nub there gets hit and they will open like just that much. And you reach in your pocket then and now you've gotten, a finger prick there and it's no fun. So I often take the clip off of them because I don't carry them like that. I want them to sit down in my pocket. But anyway, there's that one. The other flipper I have is the Ken Onion. Now this was actually originally designed, I believe, for Snap-on. The Ken Onion wrinkle design, and this was done in red, and it said Snap-on across it. And then they did too many runs on it, so they took the Snap-on, or they didn't put Snap-on on some of them. They just painted them this kind of, it's a ruddy brown. Honestly, the scale on this is a little slippery. The wrinkles actually help give it grip, but the blade is fantastic. We keep this one usually in the truck for food on the go. It's great for slicing cheese and stuff like that. It's general use pocket. Look at this. This is why I like the flippers, is you can do stuff like that. But if you look at the blade on this, it's got terrible nicks and stuff. I have not taken good care of it. Again, it's lost most of its point. There's a nick there, a nick there. It's got a great hollow grind though to it. I love the knives. We have two of these. My wife keeps one in her car, keep one in my car. We're going to save these for last. This is my $40. It's Kubi. It's a great, just general purpose. You don't care what happens to it knife. It's a front flipper. It takes some while to get used to doing the front flip kind of thing with it. It took me a while to learn how to do it, but it works. And you know what it doesn't do is it doesn't have the same tendency to just pop open a little bit in your pocket. It's got, I don't know if this is actually G10 or just a ruggedized plastic or something, but like nice and slim. It's got, and it's not heavy, but it's not super lightweight. It's got this big thing we could easily grab that if you need to, rather than just doing the little flip kind of thing. It's a great utility knife. It's nothing fancy. It's not super nice or anything. This one, this reminds me of my youth. I used to spend a lot of time in Arizona. I grew up mostly in Iowa, for those who don't know. And my parents divorced when I was younger, and my whole father's side of the family moved to Arizona. And I remember seeing these. I think my grandfather had a blade almost exactly like this. I'm pretty sure it was buck, but I could be wrong. It had the turquoise, the brass, and the wood. And I saw this at a gas station for $5, and I had to have it. It's not great. One of the scales came off. I had to glue it back on. I think it's this one because it's not exactly smooth because of the glue in there. I need to probably pry it off and sand it down again. But let's talk about the two O knives. So I was excited. I love Olight, okay? I have a ton of their lights. I mean, these are just the ones sitting around my desk that I have. We have these, and this, of course, is my favorite. This is the cream of the crop, the best. I think it's the best light they make. For an EDC pocket carry, the shape is amazing. You got this one. They have one that had a laser on it. I don't have cats, so I don't need a laser. It's got 4 settings. The lowest setting is so it's like we call it moonlight setting, that there is a light there. Doesn't ruin your eyes, kind of stuff. Great for checking like in electrical boxes and stuff like that where you don't want the glare, so it works like an inspection light as well. And then your other option is you flip the switch, and on this one, rather than a laser, it switches over to UV light. And you can see here on this is an Olight. This is a piece of junk. How that ended up on my desk. But it's a UV light. In fact, let me bring this back in here. Come in here. You see how that glows? Everything else, the white kind of goes. But boy, that O knife really pops there, doesn't it? It likes that light. Anyway, great for finding scorpions. Great for quick setting super glue. You can even sterilize your hands if you touch something with it, I guess. I use it far more than I thought I would. Anyway, I love that. But let's get back to the knives. Let me get the flashlights out of the way here. And so the O knives, when I first got them, I was not impressed. I picked it up, and I'm like, well, the one thing I was impressed is that they had the access lock system, which Benchmade, I think they invented it. I'm not sure, but there was a patent on it. The patent expired. Now anybody can use it. And so they've got on this one, which is great because it's got a little thumb stud here. I'm not a fan of thumb studs, as it were. But with the access, what you can do is you can just pull that down with your thumb and do a little gravity flip with it and close it as well. You can see on this one, I haven't even cleaned it all the way. There's still tape and stuff on it because I do use it a bunch. And then this is the new one. And this one I did not think I was going to like because of the blade shape. Also, I think this is a micarta. I'm not exactly sure. It feels like compressed denim is what it feels like. Maybe that's exactly what micarta is. It's not heavy, but it felt, when I picked up, I got the impression that it was cheap. It did not exude quality to me. This exudes quality, that exudes quality, that exudes quality. This one exudes competence, not high quality. This is like, if you see my review or talking about chef's knife, everyone thinks a chef's knife is this super high end $200 wood stop with a wood handle and everything. And I have those, but the reality is it's a high carbon steel blade with a plastic handle that's super ergonomic and gets the job done, 12 hours a day, 8 days out of the week. And that's kind of what this is. This is a workhorse knife. And at $40 when it breaks, you're not going to cry about it. These just didn't feel like they're workhorse blades. They didn't feel like they're high quality, designer blades. Now this is supposed to be a workhorse. I've heard Navy SEALs carry this and whatnot. And I think actually they do carry, some of them do. I don't think they carry this exact one. Who knows? Maybe they do, but, like this one, we tried to put the laser logo on it. Here, got a little off center. But it didn't exude quality, but I'll be honest, I've got another bench made and my daughter has it and it's about the same size and shape and I confuse it for it all the time. When you pick it up and you use it, you know which one's which, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. And the one that really jumps out at me is this one. Now, I reached out and had a chat with Doc over at Last Best Tool. If you guys don't know, we're both Montanaites, Montanians. I don't know what we call us. We live in Montana. He's over in Missoula, which I don't know if technically qualifies as Montana. I'm kidding, Doc. I'm just giving you a hard time. I should talk. I'm in Livingston. And we were chatting about it, and you can go watch his video for his impression. I don't want to speak for him, but I was going like, hey, am I being too hard on this? Am I missing the use case for this knife? And we had a chat, and basically the takeaway was no. But honestly though, I've kept it on my desk for the last week, and I find, despite I have all these, I keep reaching for this. I don't know if I would carry it in my pocket, but as a little desk utility knife, it's almost like a scalpel. Look at the blade design. I'm like, for a really good pocket knife, everyday carry, as far as I'm concerned, there's two blade types. You either want the drop point or you want a Tanto style. Those are the two that I recommend if you're going to do an EDC knife carry. I would carry, of all these, if I was going out on the daily, I would carry this one. I would carry this one. And this one's not bad. It's really, for an everyday carry, it's a little slick, but not bad. I mean, that one's slick. Let's say I truck carry. It goes in my center console, and when I need to slice some food or something, this comes out. Other utility stuff, it's opened tons of boxes and whatnot. That's what that one used for. Of course, this is a box knife. And this one, I don't know. This kind of sits around my desk and looks pretty is what that one does. And has that whole, pulls at the heartstrings kind of thing. But this one, I think I could carry this as a daily. I don't have any Tanto blade ones here. I used to have a CRKT, Tanto. But this, I found over the past week, I keep reaching for lots of stuff. I was doing something with electronics. I could get in there. I could nip something real quick. I was taking stickers off something. I don't have any fingernails. This would get in underneath. And look, and the way I can carry this and I use this is entirely different than the way I'd use any of these other knives. The other thing is this one's got, the style is different. Rather than a lock, or the access, it's got this push button cross lock there. And it makes it super easy to flip it open. And then you see it kind of bounces there. But even when it's not like completely in, once that lock engages, it pulls it in the rest of the way. It does have a little nub for the flipper, and it does work. I honestly would even consider taking this apart, taking it to the grinder and grinding that off, because I forget that it's got the flip on it, because as soon as I pick it up, my thumb's right here. I pick up the knife, and that's it. And I don't need the flipper, and the flipper just gives me that situation where it could possibly get bumped in my pocket like this, and now I've got another pokey situation, even pokier than the last one. The micarta, when I got it, it literally felt fuzzy. And the more I've used it, it's kind of worn down, kind of like denim, and it doesn't feel as bad. It felt so cloth-like at the beginning. Now it just feels like it's got like kind of a soft edge to it, which isn't terrible. The button here, you would think, again, that'd be super easy to press or something. It takes a little bit of pressure in there, and it's not exactly proud. I mean, it is a little, just a hair, but it's not like super proud of the surface. So accidental pressings aren't going to be a particular issue. The clip here, it's reversible. You can't reverse sides, but it can go on either side. The one thing negative that I definitely will say that it hasn't changed, and I could be entirely wrong about this. This is just me supposing here, but they've got a hole here for, I'm guessing, for a lanyard, and I'm not a lanyard guy, so that's never going to happen. But that said, look how close that is to the edge. That just feels like something's going to hit it at this angle, because if it hits it straight, it's not going to do anything because it's got the steel liner behind it. But at that angle, it's going to clip it off, and now I'm going to have this little jagged piece here. Sure, I can sand it down and stuff, but that's eventually going to erode away. It just feels like that was a poor choice to put right there. Like, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys use lanyards for your little pocket knives? This is, and honestly, you know, as I said, I often take the clips off of them for these, but this clip has this little, the way the indent works there, it actually is right exactly where my finger goes, which actually makes it more controllable for me. I don't know. I feel like I've went off of one side with my thoughts on this and came back around on the other. It's going to stay at my desk. And I think, if for nothing else, its use case is that little scalpel kind of knife for doing that sort of thing. And I'll probably use it to open a few boxes or something like that. But enough about the knife. Let's talk about the exploit, because this is the one that is interesting in a way that I don't know if it's a big thing for me. I don't consider myself a knife collector. I clearly have a collection of knives, but I don't walk around with them and stuff like this. This to me, though, says like, hey, I'm going to a knife show. Let's go round up all our good knives and take it. Because for that, this is a no-brainer. Because look at this. Once we open this, it's got 3 or 4 sections here. So you got the nice little Olight stitch. This is embroidered, by the way. And this is the construction on this is top notch. I mean, excellent seams. Everything's made. This is a soft, super soft felt. I could pet that all day. And the pockets here. This is one thing. I actually wish these pockets were deeper, because like if I say like I take one of these knives and I put it in here, it just kind of sits there. I want this to clip over that to hold it in place. Now, what I can also do is I can take it and put it in like that, and then there becomes more of a tension because it's thicker there. But I would have liked to see these deeper. Now, I'm not a knife collector. I'm guessing there are other people who make bags like this, and maybe they're shallower. Maybe this is standard for knife collectors. But here's the thing. Not only can I put it like that, I can slide it in like that. All right. And full disclosure, I just noticed that. I have not spent a lot of time with this bag, again, because I'm not a knife collector type. So I guess, look at that. I'm a moron. You know, at my age, I'm 54, and every time I go, you know, that's stupid. Why didn't that company do this? And if you step back and you look at it, you go, oh, they totally did do that. So now I've got a knife I can put here, and then I can take a smaller knife like this one, and now I've doubled my storage capacity. Look at that. I don't know if you do that, but I guess you could have it like that. Then when you want to display it, you put it out and you put it up here. But anyway, there's did I not disconnect? Oh, I didn't disconnect these. Okay. There's your second row, third row, and then there's this. And this one, I just looked at it right before this video, and I'm like, this is kind of interesting. I'm like, oh, it's got a little pocket behind it. Isn't that cool? And I realized, hey, that's like a Velcro like material there. And I'm like, oh, this whole thing comes off. Look at it. So you got another little portable mini knife bag. And I'm going to like looking at this, like, why is there a loop here? Look at, you got spots on the back. Look at that. And there's Velcro right there. This is the loop side, or the hook side. This is, I guess, the loop side there. But then there's also a loop side right there. And so, which means I can take this, fold it like that, and now, and where's that little loop? There it is. I've got a mini portable knife bag to go. So I could take my knife bag someplace, and then I could take this and then go with it as well. So that is kind of cool. Nice little pocket. Again, you got the pockets on the back side. You kind of got the display pockets on the front. You got a bigger pocket over here. And then the whole thing, of course, and I think it's better to put this side towards the edge so it kind of seals it, if you know what I mean, and it holds in there. So let's load this sucker up and see what's what. Now, that'll be interesting if this thing will fit in here. This is really, well, that fit just fine. And what if I want to put one of those in there? I got this little kind of thing here. I guess, you know what would be best place to put that is, we'll put that up in one of these. So there's that one. We'll put this next to his brother. Yada, yada, yada. Come on. Clip in there as best you can. We'll even throw the old box cutter in there because it's a knife. We'll take this one since it has no clip and put them down in there. This one's bigger and it won't, I don't think it'll stay in there. So he'll go right in there. Again, no clip on him. So he goes in there. Is that all my knives? I think that's all the knives. Well, let's throw some of the flashlights in there as well. I mean, this kind of is the shape of a pocket knife, so we'll toss him in there. Look at that. Now look at this. I got some of the Olight pen lights. These things are great. He can go. Look at that. That works just fine. You got another one of these. That's got a spot. That's got one. Boom, 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 boom. I guess we're down to the third row. I didn't know I had so much stuff. It's funny how you accumulate things over the years, isn't it? So, all right, we got a couple of these tiny ones. So the super tiny ones are going to go up in here. Put him in there. Put him in there. Da-da-da. Okay, and there's our zipper. We'll zip this up. Also, it came with this little rubber, it's a rubberized kind of, not a sticker, it's hook and loop, so you can display your Olightness there if you're into that sort of thing. Let me get rid of that flashlight. Is that everything we got around here? Okay, so these all need a home. And we'll put those in there. Oh, they're over here. Put that one in there. And put that one in there. All right, let's see how this thing folds up. Boom, boom. Oh, that is stuffed. It's like me after Thanksgiving. All right, and then these come through and go through the bottom there, come back through the top, and then cinch down like that. Okay, we hook these. Oh, actually, that makes more sense. So there's this little loop right here, and this comes up. Pinch that, goes up through there, then comes back around and really cinches down the side. I kind of wish it was in the center so it was more even, but I don't know. Maybe it's not really an issue, but I think that's the way it was designed. And again, maybe they know more than I do. There it is, fully closed. The Olight, but let's see if it holds the stuff, right? We'll give it a 10-second shake. Not sure if that was 10 seconds, but let's try the other side, make sure that it falls out the other side. Well, I really shook that sucker. And nothing falling out. This microphone got in the way. Let me crack this open. And final reveal. It moved around a little. I guess I could have put it in the back side there. Da-da-da. I guess this side's more for display, and then the back side is more for transport. Well, I think it passed. I don't see anything flying around. Everything's where it's supposed to be. I am, I guess, duly impressed. Is this something I would buy? Probably, I'll be honest, probably not. I don't think this is for me. I don't know if yeah. Okay, I had a cut there for a second. I'm back because I could see myself getting into collecting knives. It'd be something fun to do. It'd be a nice little hobby besides the other stuff I do. Because you know what I need is I need one more hobby. I don't think I have enough. Don't let the wife hear this. And I guess if I was a hobby collector, heck, if I was a professional knife collector and seller, I could see one of these. I could see going to a show and throwing this down on the table. And here's, I could take them, pull it out, okay, and then slide it in here and then go. That way I know like what everything is. Here's what I got. Here's what we're buying, selling, trading, that sort of thing. And then if I wanted to like leave this at the table and walk around and find some other stuff, I could take my little portable bag with me. I don't know. Let me know. What's the use case scenario you think for this bag? Well, there you go. You saw the new knife. And yeah, I don't know. Was I too hard on it? Was I too easy on it? I think I've gone both sides. I've swung back and forth on this thing. It definitely, I think, has earned a spot on my desk. It's not going to be a carry knife for me, but I got to tell you, the scalpel functionality of it is definitely something that appeals to me, that I will have uses for. The O knife bag, again, I wouldn't buy it, but I don't think I'm the target market for it. For those of you who are hobbyist collectors or serious or professional collectors, and have probably dealt with bags like this, I can only talk about, from my perspective, which is, just kind of a knife generalist, if you would. So I'd love to hear your feedback down below. Give me some thoughts. Like, what is this bag? If you're serious about this and you know these things, what is this bag missing? Or is it hitting all its marks and stuff? Let me know. Then other people can see and we can get kind of a community consensus on this. Either way, if you saw something you like, or there's other Olight stuff you're looking for, they got a sale going on. I got links down below in the video, or below in the video description. You know where the links are. We got coupon codes for anything that's not already on sale. So essentially everything's on sale. So go check it out and let me know what you think. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.